Mm. Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Zheng Kai. For this assignment, I interviewed two people who see me in very different contexts in work. A junior quality engineer at China site with works under me on the project, and my direct supervisor, Brian, at our US factory. Perception I want to focus today is one they both raised in different ways. They see me as a very reliable and organized on paper, but too quiet and too cautious when I leading in the room. The engineer at China side sometimes like you are super organized and your documents always clear, but you're hard to read on video calls. We often wait for direction, and I do not always know if you agree with the proposal or not. She seems see me as a calm and dependable, but also distant. When she is unsure what I improve a plot plan, she waits, which slows the team down. The elements want to change is exactly that. The sense that I hold back and do not signal my position openly in that moment. Brian, my supervisor, found it more directly. He said, "You are the person I go to when a written record needs to be right. But in leadership meetings, you want too long to weigh in. I want you to hear your opinion earlier, especially when you disagree." He sees me as a competent and steady, but he reads my resistance as a lack of conviction, which is not what I feel internally. Interesting to me that both of them, from very different angles, describe the same behavior. Strong on paper, too quiet in the room. Three underlying reasons I can name. I default to writing things down before I sing them because writing is where I feel most precise. Culturally, I was raised in the environment where speaking loss was from respect, which is different in US meeting. As a bilingual person, I sometimes rehearse the sentence internally in both language before I say it aloud, which adds a small pause that others read as a hesitation. I lean to documentation because it is a real strength, but I under invested in the informal signal. People rely on meetings like relaxing quickly, asking clarifying questions, or just saying I like that loud. Over months, that pattern taught the team to read me as a reserve, even when I have strong views. I think there's a really selective perception at play at Roby and Judge describing organizational behavior. We interpret ambiguous signals through our own background and interest. My silence reads at agreement, hesitation, or lack of interest, depending on who is watching. There's probably a halo effect too because my written work is strong. They generalize me as a careful analysis and stop expecting me to be lead a discussion, which reinforce the very behavior they wish I could change. Honestly, my internal experience is that I'm processing carefully and picking the right moment to speak. That is true, but the perception is data about impact of my behavior, which is what actually shapes the working relationship. Three concrete changes I'm trying. Say something, the first one, the say something in the first 5 minutes of every meeting, even if it's only a clarifying question. Signal agreement or hesitation aloud, not just in the written follow-up later. Give a short verbal, here's what I think before I default to let me write it up. Curious how the rest of class handle the gap between how you see yourself in the room, especially in cross-culture teams. Thanks for watching.